Sambatska no Mongol Truda, and welcome to Talk with Me. Today's guest on Talk With Me is the beautiful and talented Tselmuun Chinzorig. Tselmuun is a pop, R&B singer, actress, scientist, and young mother.
Лилигийн тавилга таны амьдралыг хөглөнө.
I have a very interesting and talented young Mongolian woman, Tselmuun, very famous singer. How do you do it?
I'm doing great. How are you?
First time I meet you today.
Yeah.
Tselmuun, many people in Mongolia recognize you and love your music, but I want to share your life with overseas viewers and with the foreigners living in UB. Tell me a little bit about your career as a musician. How did it start?
Actually, it's all about Universe Best Song, which UBS television. They actually held this competition in 2009. It was the very first competition. So I was the finalist, and then I was the luckiest one, to win the Grand Prix. So I'm still very thankful for everyone.
Not the luckiest, the most talented.
Oh yeah.
Luck has nothing to do with it. I've heard
it's not because I'm very talented or I'm very good at singing. It's because people, they supported me. So I never knew that one day I could be singer, or even my parents, they didn't know that I could sing. So it was a blessing. So I'm still thankful for everyone, and especially for UBS.
Yeah, fascinating. I recently had Otko Purevdorj on the show, the host and director of UBS Music, and she was an amazing woman. We were chatting before. You actually, because you won, you and Otko got to go to Paris together.
Yeah, right.
Tell me a little bit about what you got up to in Paris.
Well, that was almost 6 years ago. Yeah. I can't really remember everything that much, but it was only two of us, and it was around 4 days in Paris. And I remember we got lost so many times. There were some places, names were very similar, and yeah, everything was very new for me. And
was that? But it wasn't your first time overseas, though,
yeah,
was it?
Not. Yeah, it was not. Yeah, definitely. My first time was when I was, that's 2005 when I went to Japan. So that was my first time to go abroad, yeah.
Tselmuun, I find it really humorous that we chatted about this briefly. The first time you were ever on TV, though, was the year prior to your appearance on UBS Music. You were in Korea, and people in Korea recognized you in stores and on the streets. Tell viewers a little bit about this, because it's quite funny.
That was when I was 16 in 2008. I think the concert's name was something about East Asia Festival. So children from all East Asia came over and they did a concert, but I didn't know that it was broadcasting through the Korea, through all over the Korea. So later on, right after finishing my performance, there were all Korean girls. It was running after me, and they was "Oh, Sarahe," and they were asking my signature, and I was "Whoa!" I was "Okay, this is really uncomfy because no one knows me in Mongolia, no one, and I'm not even a singer, but that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later on when I was just doing shopping, the owners would just recognize me. Oh, you're the girl who was singing there on the TV, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that I was on a TV.
Amazing.
Actually.
So really, you were instant pop star in Korea before you appeared on UBS Music.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that was like great because my that means like I gave my first signature like in Korea.
Your first autograph.
Yeah, autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get your autograph after the show. Listen, has it been a difficult rise to stardom in Mongolia? You're very, very popular. I've seen all of your videos on YouTube. What's it like being a famous singer in Mongolia? How do you deal with this?
Well, of course, everything has two sides. So there are a lot of good like benefits or good side of it, but also, it is sometimes difficult because, especially my character is very, just. I like to be very simple as just who I am, and not try to pretend like trying to like show up or. You can just see me like I'm very simple.
Very down to earth girl.
Yeah, I love being just. I like to be friend to like all of my ones who I know or very down to earth. Yeah.
Is it difficult being so recognized on the streets? I mean,
When
sometimes you just want to go out in your regular clothes and hide out. I mean, is it difficult being recognized?
Yeah, if you do care a lot, like if you put too much attention on like, oh, do they recognize me, or like is anyone is like looking at me, just try to don't even think about it, just relax. Yeah. So when I was 17, I won the competition. So at that time I was studying in my bachelor degree when I was in a junior. So I used to go in a bus, and then without glasses, like people would recognize me. They started to recognize me, and I started to like think, oh, they can they do recognize me, and I didn't feel comfortable because like people started to talk, oh, the girl on the TV, she's in the bus with us.
Yeah.
And every day in the bus, because my university was pretty far from my apartment. So yeah. And then I started to feel like, it's not right thing to do or what, because people were, oh, like she's a star, but she's in the bus and she's wearing hoodies. And
she looks like us. She's not.
Yeah, and like I know, and that's just who I am. So I felt very uncomfortable, and then I started to wear like sunglasses. But then there was one time that I wore sunglasses in the bus, and then people, of course, they again recognized me, and then they were like, "Oh, she thinks she's a superstar." She's wearing sunglasses, and it was very difficult. I was 17. Everything was new, and especially like that field was new. I was not, even adapted to that new, situation which I just had. So.
Tselmuun, you were somewhat of a child prodigy, not in music. You later became a singer, but when you were the age of 3, you started elementary school, and at 15 attended university where you undertook a Bachelor of Science degree?
Biotechnology and food science.
Okay. Do many Mongolians know this about you, that you have a degree in biotechnology and food science?
I think they do know.
it is so interesting.
Yeah,
and
it is
amazing.
very interesting field.
So you always foresaw that you would have a career in science, perhaps biotechnology?
No, not always. I think I got influence from my parents and from my grandparents. Like my dad and mom's both sides are very, close with science. So they really influenced me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you became a singer, was it a very big surprise for everybody?
Yeah, it was a very big surprise for me too. Like, cause what I was thinking that okay, I'm gonna enter to this competition, and I was thinking, okay, of course, I'm not gonna win in this competition. So I'll probably, I'll just plan for I'll just do my planning for maybe like what I'm gonna do after the competition. But then everything changed. Like I wasn't expecting like to win, have the Grand Prix. So and then on the newspaper and on the websites, like they would like write singer Tselmuun. So it was
Singer Tselmuun, not biotechnologist Tselmuun.
So people know me as a singer, but yeah, they like biotechnologists. It's like second something. Yeah,
Were you always singing growing up?
maybe because I didn't even knew that I was singing, because of course you're a young girl who's just at home studying, and then I used to watch Disney Channel a lot, and then there used to be like Lizzie McGuire, and then I think watching Disney Channel influenced me a lot to learn English, and then influenced me to to love art more, because on Disney Channel I remember there were Art Attack called. It's a very great like TV show for children. Like it's very creative, very interesting. So I didn't even know that I could sing. So it was something very new for me.
Amazing. Tselmuun, you grew up speaking English, not just via Disney Channel. Your father was a pastor, and when your baby brother was born, your parents said, "We want our son to learn English, so we will all speak English."
Yeah, exactly. My parents decided that okay, let's talk in English. Anyway, we're in Mongolia, so we can learn Mongolian like anytime. So let's talk in English so that your young brother could speak in English without taking English courses. Like, so that was a very good idea.
And they taught you English growing up. Is that
Not for me.
How did you learn your English?
I think I really love listening to especially English songs, and I'm watching Disney Channel. So I think that's why I really loved English. So at that time I used to study in a Russian high school. So
So you also speak Russian?
yeah. So my Mongolian were like not that good actually.
Fascinating, really fascinating. Tselmuun, you also are a painter. What sort of things do you paint?
Well, not really painting, but I do painting just sometimes. Usually it's black and white, just drawing.
Sketches.
Sketching, yeah.
Чи хацрыг минь харж байна ямар хүйтэн сэлтвэ халуухан л байдагсан эхлэх ёсгүй харин энэ л түүхийг би чамтай энд л дуусгая.
And acting, you're an actress, you've been in movies.
For now, there is only a 2 movie, which I
First one was
involved.
the UBS movie.
Musical, and the second one was it's a comedy.
What's the name of it? A comedy.
Yeah, it's called Ijin Desung. It's like mom's I say, mom's enemy.
Uh-huh.
The name is, so yeah.
Done so many things. And now you are halfway through your master's degree.
Yeah, actually, I was supposed to be finished 2 years ago, but
It's
I'm
hard-
still stuck.
Listen, it must be hard to get through a master's when you're a famous singer. You can only do so much.
well-
and a mother. You've got a young baby.
Yeah, I have to be very well organized, you know. Yeah, like my job, my study, and I'm in a motherhood, and then making songs. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now. So
You've got a lot of things happening in your life. Tell me about the topic of your master's. What is your master's degree on?
well, generally it's about air pollution. But if we talk about air pollution, there are a lot of pollutants. But what I've been doing was measuring the exposure of particulate matter 2.5. So I did my study about indoor air pollution exposure.
Okay.
About the PM
inside the home?
2.5. Yeah, inside indoor.
Right.
So I was measuring indoor environmental exposure and also personal exposure.
Right.
So
How do you measure this?
we have the special equipment.
Right. Is this something that you're very passionate about?
Well, yeah.
Is it because you are now the mother of a young baby that this is something you're interested in, or have you always been concerned about air pollution levels in UB?
I think everyone who lives in UB, they worry about air pollution. So, but my professor was the one who, who suggested me, how about let's do this. So yeah, he is still my guide. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I have to, study more and force myself to more study and, try to make time for studying because, of course, I'm a mother and singer, and also I have my own small business. Yeah.
So many
To be very strict on yourself. Yeah.
Tselmuun, what advice do you have for young performing artists in Mongolia? If you could offer any words of wisdom.
Well, frankly to say, in our country, we can't live only working in art field. Yeah, because in our country the economy is very much smaller if we compare it to other countries. So of course, if you do love singing, if you do love acting, if you really do love art, please, you should be very creative. It really gives you the relief and, maybe even sometimes just listening or creating music can just speak to you.
Yes.
You can't tell in a word, but you feel it, and sometimes you give that feeling to other people. So it's something that's great. So don't live it, but also we're a developing country, so we need professional, very professionals maybe engineering or in a try to balance academic and artistic fields together.
Well, great
in our
advice.
country.
Yeah, you need a backup plan.
Yeah.
So pursue your passions, but also you're saying get a bloody good education.
Yeah.
And
everyone knows right brain and left brain. I forgot which one is for the artistic part, which one is for the other part, but it's very important to develop both of them together, not the one part of your brain. So
it's very difficult to make money as an artist, a full-time artist. in
Yeah, it is.
Mongolia.
It is.
Today it is. Maybe in the future it will be easier. Tselmuun, who do you admire as an artist? Who are your favorite singers, either Mongolian or international artists? Who do you love to listen to?
There are actually a lot of artists.
Tell me some names.
Well, when I was a little girl, I used to listen to Christina Aguilera, and then I was like growing up, and then I started to listen more, like more soul songs, like. I can't really remember. They were like very interesting name. It was Japanese and all that.
I've heard you. I've listened to you sing Christina Aguilera's song "I'm Beautiful" at one of the UBS music shows, and that was, of course, when you were very sick. You sang it, and you received a lot of criticism, but it was still so beautiful for you to be able to sing like that when you are unwell. You still, I mean, it was amazing. Listen, would you please sing me a song today? Would you sing a few lines from one of your favorite songs, perhaps a Christina Aguilera song or anything? I don't know how the acoustics are in here, but if you'd sing for us, it'd be wonderful.
I love Adele. So
she's good.
And Make You Feel My Love is one of my favorite songs. So yeah, I don't know whether I can remember the lyric, but anyway.
When you forget the lyrics, just make some up.
All right. Okay.
Improvise.
All right. I'll try to remember. When the rain is blowing in your face, and the whole world isn't on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubts in my mind where you belong. Hey, I go hungry, I go black and blues, I go crawling down the avenue. Hey, go, I forget the lyric. Sorry.
Tselmuun, no, thank you.
Thank you.
Will you sing with me one day?
Yeah, why not?
Can we go karaoke one night?
That
was beautiful.
I'll think about it.
Think about it. It might not be a good idea for your career to be singing with me. Thank you. That was beautiful. Hey, listen, what are you doing for Sagan Sa?
For Tselmuun, actually for Valentine, me and there's a rapper Tse who's
I know. Yeah, I want
Tse.
Tse.
So we're going to Tokyo to perform there. So right after finishing our Valentine concert there, and then I think I'll come back, and then I'm still not sure whether we'll be here in Mongolia or we'll go abroad during concert or not.
Right.
Still not haven't
Not
decided
sure.
yet.
Well, wherever you are for Sagan Sa, I hope it is memorable, and I wish you and your family all the best. Best of luck to you and Tsetse when you are performing in Tokyo, and a big thank you for coming on this show. You are an inspiration to a generation of young Mongolians who, I don't know, you've shared a lot with them, you know?
Oh, if it was, something very useful to hear, then I'm very thankful.
It's very unusual for a very successful performing artist to tell kids and the youth of a nation to have a backup plan. I mean, if you're passionate about something artistic, a lot of people say, it's the American, Australian, Canadian way to say follow your dreams and just do what you want. But your attitude is very refreshing, and it's also very realistic. And I agree with you, and I thank you for your honesty, but mostly thank you for your song. Thank you for singing
you're
Adele.
welcome. Yeah, I think people, they do know that I'm trying to I'm trying to, develop my academic part. But last year in August, I went to. It was held in a Tokyo Medical and Dental University, and there were 25 participants from all over the world. Actually, it was very hard to, get into that 25 participants.
Was this a conference?
It was kind of conference, but also competition. Like they would choose the best presentation. So I was very blessed to get the best presentation award.
What was your presentation on?
It was about my thesis, which I just told you about that particular matter.
Yeah, particulate matter.
Particulate matter, 2.5 air pollutant. Yeah.
Gosh.
So I was very blessed, and I was very, I was very happy because people could see through that event that, okay, it's true that she was trying to, study more, and, talking is something different, but showing your result is different too. So I was very happy to get the result. So yeah, and I was very, it perceived me to do more and study more.
It inspired you to do more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm inspired today by you, Tselmuun. Thank you so much for coming. Tell me, you were going to say something.
So I just want to say thank you very much for inviting me because, I can't say my English is good because
I can say it's good.
because for now on I never been to US, so speaking in English is something very great for me because I being taught by someone or being in that environment and learning is different. But for me, I grew up here and then I learned English by myself. So I'm very thankful that today I'm sitting here with you and talking and sharing some of my
Thank you. I'm more thankful, and it's been an honor meeting you today. Someone who is so talented, artistically, but also very bright and outgoing young Mongolian woman. I'm the lucky one. Be Amir Etstay. And happy second and best to you and Setse, my friend.
All right.
Thank you
very much.
Tselmuun. And that's all for Talk With Me today. Thank you so much, viewers, for being with us, and I shall see you next week. But for now, баярстай дараулцъя.
Лилигийн тавилга таны амьдралыг хөглөнө.